The venture capital industry has minted numerous billionaires and funded some of the most powerful companies in the world. But if you aren't a tech bro living in Silicon Valley, you likely have no chance of ever participating in this elite industry. Until now. In this video, we'll cover exactly how venture capital is being disrupted by a decentralized application and how founders can raise money from anywhere in the world. And of course, how you can invest in the next wave of successful companies. Venture capital refers to the financing method where investors provide capital to startups and early stage companies in exchange for shares of the company. If you're a hot new startup with an idea so bold it may just change the world, you'll likely need money in order to bring this idea to life and turn it into an actual business. That is where VC firms come in. These VCs will provide the new startup with a certain amount of money, let's say for example $100,000 for 10% of the company. That values the company at $1 million and the startup now has $100,000 to go execute their idea. And if that company goes on to achieve their goals and actually change the world, they will likely be worth way more down the line, possibly multi-millions or even billions of dollars. And that's a win-win for both the startup founders and the VCs. But the reality is most startups fail. According to Harvard Business Review, 2/3 of them never deliver a positive return to investors, and even fewer go on to become billion-dollar companies. So VCs invest in dozens of companies, hoping at least one or two will become the next Facebook, Uber, or Coinbase, so it'll cover the losses of the rest of their investments. So you now understand how VC works, but it's also important to understand that the VC industry is highly centralized and not open to everybody. The global venture capital investment market reached a value of over $211 billion in 2021. And iMark expects the market to reach $584 billion by 2027. Despite this market being so large, only a handful of VC firms get the opportunity to invest in most early stage companies and reap the rewards. As one of the most centralized industries in the world, if you're an outsider, good luck trying to invest in the early stages of most new startups. And as a founder, if you're unable to raise money from the big names in the industry like Andreessen Horowitz, Tiger Global, and Benchmark Capital, your startup may already be dead in the water. But luckily, the tides are shifting in the venture capital space thanks to the rise of Web3 and DAODAO. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel to let me know that you're enjoying this content and would like to see more. DAODAO is a decentralized application built on the DeSo blockchain. It is a Web3 fundraising platform for DAOs and any online communities. But there are a couple of key features that make DAODAO so unique and the perfect place for founders to build their next business venture. First is how simple it is to use DAODAO. Raising money is as easy as creating a social media account. And the process is flexible as founders can configure all the details of their fundraising round, from choosing the coin price, privacy settings, start and end times, and price curves. Second is instant liquidity. In traditional VCs and startups, it takes years for a company to go public and have shares finally become tradable in a liquid market such as a stock exchange. But with DAODAO, founders have the option to give contributors a liquid token with their purchase, which can become immediately tradable on DAODAO's decentralized, on-chain, non-custodial order book exchange. And the best part is that all of this can be done for virtually zero gas fees, as tens of thousands of transactions can be stored on the DeSo blockchain for less than $1. And finally, DAODAO allows founders to accept contributions with a number of different cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and DeSo. This allows investors from any major ecosystem to participate in funding rounds and eliminates the issues of tribalism and coin maximalism. Founders can even raise in stablecoins to avoid volatility, which we'll talk about in more detail in just a second. But first, leave a comment down below and let me know which coin you'd like to see DAODAO accept in the future. With the launch of DeSo Dollars, founders can now raise rounds in stablecoins and keep their treasury in USD to avoid the volatility of the crypto markets. DeSo Dollar is a fully backed stablecoin that allows for easy on and off ramps of liquidity for both founders and investors alike. There may or may not be some airdrops in the near future, so if you want some free DeSo dollars, make sure you follow DeSo on Twitter and Diamond. If you want to find out for yourself just how easy it is to use DAODAO and invest or spin up a DAO of your own, head over to DAODAO.io and sign up in just a few clicks. And to learn how you can get started on the DeSo blockchain with just a MetaMask account, you need to watch this video right here.